What's good, YouTube? So I spoke on something that happened to me back in the '80s, and I made the video like 6 years ago, somewhere around there. Time flies. But so to those that didn't hear the story, I'm a speak on something that it it haunts me every so often, because I wonder. I'm gonna leave that one for the end of the video. So back in the day, my brother, me, my dad, and my dad's girlfriend, we was all we went down the bottom of the hill at a childhood store that I we used to go to every time we wanted snacks to play my grandma's numbers and stuff like that. But but this was before I was running down there to play our numbers. I was a little younger, um, and this was the '80s. And I'll never forget, me and my dad, my brother, and my dad's girl, we all sitting down there on the bench. And my dad used to go down there, for a little conversation with his woman. And then me and my brother would be sitting on the bench, and we used to watch the cars go by. Car would go by, we would say, "That's mine." He would say, "That's mine." "That's mine." The city I grew up in, we made up something called, they used to be like Boone No Duke. Boone No Duke. Boone No duplicated. So you couldn't. That was just some old childhood stuff. We would say Bruno Duke. That means you can't duplicate what we said. We want that car. That car is ours. But me and my brother, we was down there and we used to watch cars go by. After we got bored, we'd go off to the side of the store, go to this wall. They got like steps. We'd see if we could. Each time we go up a step, if we jump off, can we do that? So we would go up the little side wall that look like steps, and then it's grass, and then down is like, well, it was no more than 9 feet. But we was little dudes, so we was like not. We was daredevils. We jump off the wall, jump off the wall, jump off the wall. The higher it went up. My brother finally made it to the last one, and he jumped off. Walked back down to the front of the store, and one of my dad's friends was calling him, and we knew the guy. Childhood neighbors. He come running down the street hollering my dad's name. I don't know what, man. Now this is a little sketchy. I just now thought of this. This man ran down to the bottom of the hill, asking, not asking, but he was hollering my dad's name. My dad come off the side, and he was hollering my dad's name in panic, like, and he was like, yeah. My dad looking at him like, "What's up?" He said, "Yeah, your house is on fire." My dad was like, "What?" His woman was like, "You." My dad took off. We was walking and we was going, like it didn't sink in to me that my house was on fire. I was young. We going up the hill, going up the hill. Remember what I said, y'all? That's a little sketchy. I just now thought of this about what homie did, and nobody picked up on that. I just now picked up on that, and I put the pieces together just now. So we walking up, and we get up to the street where we live and make the left, and I started to smell, and I'll never forget that smell. And I look to the left. As I'm looking up, I'm just watching the house burn up. I don't know where I was at back then with the whole situation, but my dad was crushed. He was a beast. He still is a beast. My dad was a beast. He worked 2 jobs, put food on the table, clothes on me and my brother's back, and to come up and see his house on fire, and my grandmother stayed right across the street. This was a lovely block. Like everybody loved each other. They looked out for each other back then. And I'll never forget being up there and everybody from the projects that was 2 blocks over, and a lot of people I went to school with, they all was up the street just looking like, whoa, everybody wanted to see the fire, and then our house caught on fire. Like you couldn't, the smoke was just ridiculous. One of my aunts, she was there. She actually had went in the house. We was told she went in the house, and my buddy's mom, his dad passed away. Miss Diane and my aunt Ann, they went in the house to see if me and my brother was in there. I mean, my aunt loved her brother, which is my dad, but they went in there to see if we was in this house. I think my aunt suffered smoke inhalation doing that. And my grandmother passed out on the porch. She was just in total shock. I guess everybody thought we were in that house. And I got a lot of stuff going through my mind right now, y'all. But so we get up there and they finally realized we was okay and we was here. I'm getting chills saying this, y'all. So maybe it's more to the story. Reason why I'm thinking what I'm thinking and have been thinking what I'm thinking. We're gonna get into that in a minute. But so when we get up there to my grandmother, she was on the porch. They was fanning her with one of them church fans. She was sitting on the porch. I'll never forget that. And I'm just sitting here looking at my house burn up. All I seen was smoke, fire, smoke coming off all sides of the house. The front windows was blown out, fire just going up, and I'll never forget the little short fire chief. I'm not gonna say his name. I ain't gonna give his government out, but he passed away anyway. Little short guy. He was really nice. A hometown man. He was a fireman for the city I grew up in. Just get it out there. Latanzi, that was his name. Little short dude. Real cool guy. So let's just go to the next day. The next day, we went to see this fire up close. We was asleep in my grandmother's house. She made a pallet on the floor. If y'all know what a pallet is, you lay down on the floor with some blankets and you cover up, and you right at the foot of my grandma's bed. She loved me and my brother. She did. She loved us, y'all. I swear to y'all. Oh my goodness. She loved all her grandkids. But she used to call me and my brother the Ghetto Boys. Bo and Luke and Dukes of Hazzard, she used to call us them. But she called us the Ghetto Boys. Not ghetto, the Ghetto Boys. You know how they just the good old boys. Same thing. So we outside, we go look at the house. And that's when it hit me. I really wish I'd have never seen that. But I'm glad I seen that because I take that practice with me now. Everything that I seen then, I carry that with me now. It has me doing things in a safe manner now when it comes to trying to prevent a house fire. Looking at the house, the front windows up top above the roof, then it's the porch. My dad had put 2x4s and he put screening and he screened in his porch. I'll never forget that. But the front windows was burned out, and the two windows up in the front was my dad's bedroom. He had one window here and one window on this side, and there was a just regular wall with siding right next to it. But if that siding wasn't in the way, it would be a window for stairs to go up into the closet and then to the attic. But so we went to the doorway, and my dad, he didn't give us his house. He went in the house. He was just gone. Like, whoa. We went into the house, and I'll never forget stepping on, looked like charcoal, but it was burnt up wood of your house. Like if you got a campfire outside, and we stepping on them, and I'll never forget. I cannot get this. Y'all, the smell is like memory. And when I look in the house, I see water dripping from the fire from the night before. And I'm looking. They didn't tape nothing off back then, y'all. They didn't. They didn't tape it off. And if the tape was there, my dad took it off, and we didn't know it was there. It was his house. He was going in, and you wasn't gonna tell him to go. He was gonna go salvage what he could. But I'm looking in the doorway when we go up in and we follow my dad's lead. I'm looking in. The downstairs was all intact, y'all. The only thing the downstairs had was maybe like some black smoke stains going up against the living room. walls, and then the kitchen back there, so the living room where we used to watch all the cartoons at. And my dad's two big uh, General Electric speakers was still there. They survived it. Everything on the first floor survived. The basement survived. But here's the kicker: in the living room, there was this picture of this devil my dad had. My grandmother told him to get rid of that devil picture, so he did. We seen it, didn't like it, and it was a nice size picture. He went and got another one. I don't know how he got it. I don't think he got it working on a garbage truck. Somebody was throwing it out and he got it, or somebody gave it to him. I don't know. It was this picture of this white lady's real pretty makeup, all in red. Real beautiful picture he had of this lady. A painting somebody created, but it was really nice. Everywhere we go in the house, just these eyes would follow us. Like, not my dad, didn't bother him. I don't know what he got out of that picture. I would, if I seen that picture right now, I'd throw it. But painting followed us. My grandmother seen that. She said, "You better get that out of your house. That ain't no good. Something wrong with that picture." But I know I steered off. But anyway, so everything in the living room was saved. My dad's stereo equipment, that all worked. Some things was waterlogged. But so when you walk up the steps, the living room to your right, and then back there's the kitchen. That's all there, but a little smoke stain on the wall. Upstairs, when you go up the steps, y'all, this is crazy. As soon as you walk in the doorway, like I said, to the right is the living room. But as soon as you walk in the doorway, you look straight up. The stairway was burnt up. When you get to the top of the steps, look to your right. As soon as you get to the top of the step, look to your right. My dad's bedroom was right there. Burnt completely up. To the right when you in his room, that window I told y'all that was the front windows. Attic doorway was there. Didn't go up in there. That's burnt up. I didn't go all the way in my dad's room. I just looked in and was like, I saw a metal frame. That's where the mattress was. You know how mattresses had that metal in the mattress as well. Not the box spring. The mattress still got the metal to give you that boing boing, that spring. So that spring square was laying on the floor in my dad's room. So going up the steps, burn up. Dad's room, burn up. But straight back is the bathroom, and then caddy corner to the right is me and my brother's room. So going up the steps, my dad's room burnt. The steps is burnt straight to the back. The bathroom burnt all up. Caddy corner to the right, me and my brother's room untouched. Untouched. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Not a day goes by, I wonder, when I found out that my aunt went in that house. My grandmother collapsed on the porch. My aunt went in the hospital for smoke inhalation. My buddy's mom, Miss Diane. I just wonder if we really made it out. Am I living in some kind of hell? But if this is hell, I'm cool with it. It could be better, but I'm wondering if I'm living in some kind of hell, because I keep telling y'all I've had multiple near-death experiences. Or did I check out in all of those times that I had these? You know, you pass out, like Pac said, life goes on, and then you back again. What if you keep coming back? You keep coming back. Each time is a different death. So I'm wondering. My grandmother collapsed on the porch. If you've seen it, the house is immaterial. I understand it. You always said that that home, your home, Grandma, was our home. So what was she really crying for? I'm wondering if I was spectating. You know what spectating is? You actually could just see in my mind somewhere. Maybe I was interacting with them, thinking that I lived. I remember the Red Cross and Blue Shield helping us out, giving us clothes, going to school the next week after with the check that they gave my dad. And I remember sleeping on green cots. My grandmother said, "Put them cots up. Thank you, fire department, for the fire department for having them. But y'all, my house is y'all house, and your daddy, y'all come. Oh, y'all come home." And I didn't. It wasn't. It was just. I look. It's a memory that I can't get out of my head. But throughout the years, I have been wondering, did me and my brother really check out? Did my dad pass? And his woman, did they pass away? And me and my brother get spared? That room is there. Maybe, you ever see the movie Sixth Sense? When he said, "Woof, it's cold in here," with Bruce Willis, I just got chills. Is it possible that things can play out like they do exist. They're still living just to comfort you through this life. You could touch them, you could do this and do that, but they really gone. Or am I really gone and my brother gone? And or we all gone that was in the house. I know we weren't in the house. At least that's what I only know. We was down the street, or were we there? But back to that. Oh, the only thing that survived in that too. Another thing that survived was my dad's leather coat. This woman he was with bought him up. He was with years ago. Hang on. This woman down the street, well, the guy down the street was messing with my dad's woman. He had this Italian woman, and my dad was going to work. She was fooling around on him, going down the street, getting in this tractor trailer and all that other nonsense. I'm just wondering. See, now the only thing that survived was the leather coat that she bought my dad. It was a $300 leather jacket. And my dad, Sal, got that coat saved and sent it to the cleaners. It went to the cleaners, and they could not get the smell out of the coat. No matter, the cleaners couldn't get the smell out. Even if it was washing a washing machine, it would have ruined the leather. But it could not get the coat clean, the jacket clean. Now, the reason I said hold on, I just thought of something. The dude that was messing around with my dad's woman, his brother was the one that ran down the street to tell my dad about his house was on fire. Ran down the street to say his house was on fire. Now that just had me saying, how you even know where my dad was? We ain't been out of the house not even a full hour. We went down, and we was probably down there for a half hour. So is it possible that y'all watched us walk down there, come up in there and set the house on fire, and then get up out of there? Because the more I think about it, y'all didn't want to harm kids. That's why my brother's room was spared. That's why our room was spared. And my dad's room burnt up. And me and my brother survived that. After this, I'm going to call my brother and throw that in his ear and ask him, I've been thinking of something. Tell me if this makes sense to you. And he might even say, whoa, don't tell Pops that. Y'all, I think I know who set that fire back in the day. There's no reason for that house to catch on fire. My dad had just got this house. The electricity wasn't even on yet. Yeah, let that one sink in, y'all. Love y'all. It's a wicked world out here. You know what they say? They say what's done in the dark comes to the light. Something just came to the light and a light bulb just clicked in my head. Wow, I know who set that fire back in the day, and I'm a young buck, and I'm just now solving this. That wasn't even on my mind back then. My mind was on, wow, oh wow, fire department giving us school clothes, money to go get school clothes, Red Cross and Blue Shield, I'm sorry. Okay, awesome, I ain't gonna miss no more school, okay, I'm going to school. Oh, I got on new clothes. My dad always bought me clothes, but it didn't sink in. The house was on fire, but I'll never forget that smell and what it looked like. But dude coming down there to exactly where we were. We could have been anywhere in that city. What made you go down there like you knew we was down there? Because with all honesty, y'all, the house that they lived in was right there. 1, 2, 1, 2. The third house up was ours. An abandoned house. My neighbor's house, then the garage, and then ours. Grandma's across the street. How did you know we was down there? You waited for us to leave. You went on up in there. You didn't want that to be on your heart because y'all was so-called church family. So, therefore, You don't want to tamper with the kids, so you burn up the other rooms. And the more, and when I think about it, why did the fire start from down at the bottom of the steps all the way up into my dad's room, into the bathroom, but not our room? Y'all ran gasoline up there, up the steps, in the back, in my dad's room, and y'all got the hell up out of there. Wow. What's done in the dark comes to the light. But oh, punishment ain't mine. What you do to somebody comes back to you. Worse, harder. Love y'all. I just thought I'd share that with y'all. But that last piece right there, nobody knew about that. That just now sunk in. And it makes sense. You mad my dad was with this woman. You had to sneak around with her while he working. He working, putting food on the table. And you the one causing all that chaos back in the day. You caused all of that chaos. Now chaos gonna find you. Lord, y'all stay blessed.